Carolyn Dube here, and today I'm playing with one of my new stencils. This one's called Blueprint of Archaeological Treasures, and I am just pouncing some acrylic paint around this. Now this stencil came about from my travels to various places that had, well, they were archaeological sites, and the maps and kinds of things that you see around things like in the Valley of the Kings or around Pompeii, those types of places, these maps, the tunnels, the pathways, the buildings, that inspired this stencil. But this stencil can be more than just a blueprint. Well, when I started painting this and playing around in my art journal, I had an idea in mind. And I will tell you that that idea has so left the building, it is now an entirely different idea that's running through my mind. Because as I'm adding the different colors, I start to see this very differently. As I pop the color in those individual squares that are inside the stencil, all of a sudden I start seeing this crazy idea factory. The kind of thing where you sort of have these ideas, almost like a Rube Goldberg type machine is what's running through my head. And so each one of these boxes is a different component of the machine where ideas are floating about and moving around. And those are tubes now, tunnels, where things travel and transfer. Well, you know I can't just leave those white. So I'm going to come in and in a very loose way paint those pipes, those ways that ideas are traveling from one place to another with all sorts of colors of acrylic paint. And I couldn't just do it in one color. I had to do it in a bunch of colors. I mean, the paint's already out on the palette, right? So I need to use it up. Well, I've got lots of ideas and different ways that I want to use this stencil. And if you don't want to miss any of that, I'd love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That way you'll know when I have a new video out. And you can also find out about what I'm up to through my newsletter. It goes out about twice a month, and each time that I send out a newsletter, there's something in it for you. Either a downloadable spark of inspiration, an exclusive video that is not available anywhere else, or I've got some artwork or a blog post that is only available to my newsletter subscribers. And if you'd like to join, just head on over to the blog and get yourself signed up because it is completely free. Well, I've almost got the pipes all filled in here, and you know what? I don't think I'm really done with these pipes yet. They're going to need a little something more. I think what I'm going to do is grab a colored pencil and I'm just going to outline everything and fill in the edges. And of course, I'm doing this with that precision, that careful, that perfectly straight line. You know, yeah, not really. It's loose. It's not going to be perfect. And you know what? Imperfect is absolutely perfect to me. So I'm building this crazy idea factory, so I want lots of words kind of running in the background with this. So what I'm doing is I'm going to line the stencil back up. So this is the blueprint stencil, and I'm just taping it a little bit on one side. That way I can still lift it up, and I'm going to slide another stencil underneath it. The stencil I put under that is called Wall of Words, and I'm basically looking to get a bunch of words under there. I'm coming in and stenciling some pink in there, same pink that I did the original background with. But what's going to happen is I'm going to get this great combination of things sort of fading in and out. And as I'm doing this, I'm avoiding the color squares that are in the center of the boxes, for lack of a better way of explaining where those are. But you know, the yellow, the blue, the orange. I'm staying away from those spots. So now I'm going to lift up the blueprint stencil and see what it's like underneath. Well, some of it gave me that great contrast that I wanted, but it was a little too ghosty in some places. So you know what? I'm going to do it again. And this is the really nice part about having that tape there, so that I can use it almost like a doorway to move the blueprint stencil, and then I can get the wall of words positioned where I want it. I thought about doing it off center, but decided I'd line it up in about the same place for the second round. And just pink paint didn't work for me very well last time. So this time I'm mixing in a little bit of white with it as I'm going. That'll give me more of the contrast. And then to go back in some of the other areas, now I've moved Wall of Words a little offset to give me even more stuff happening on there. But just in places here and there, going for a very random scattered look of words in the background. Well, it's almost finished now, but one last layer, coming in with a white pen here. And these are the ideas. This is my scribbled journaling of the ideas that are running through the pipes from one place to another here in this idea factory. Well, thanks for joining me for a little play today. If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more of my videos, I'd love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you'd like even more fun, you can head over to the blog, check out what's going over there, and sign up for my newsletter. I send out newsletters about twice a month, and in every single newsletter, there's some kind of treat. It might be a downloadable spark of inspiration, it might be an exclusive to newsletter people video only, or it could be a blog post or a piece of art that I'm not sharing anywhere else other than in my newsletter. Well, head on over to the blog, check it out, get signed up, and if you've got friends who you think would enjoy this video, I'd love it if you shared it with them. Thanks for being a part of this colorful journey.